But these are two forms of money.
So not all money is the same. On the one hand, there's cash in the form of bills and coins. These are guaranteed by the currency's central bank. But most money, more than 80%, only exists in digital form, as an electronic figure on our bank accounts. This money is created by banks during day-to-day transactions. In a world without cash, customers could no longer withdraw their money from the bank because it would only exist in electronic form. If the bank were to fail, customers could well lose their wealth.
The cashless society is essentially a euphemism for saying a commercial bank payments society, a private commercial bank payment society. That's what cashless society means.
So, who would benefit most from a cashless society? That's what the students at Siegen University want to know. Today they're listening to Norbert Hering. He's a business journalist who spent years studying the move to do away with cash.
If you think of an extreme case where every time you pay for anything, even if it's just 50 cents, you use a payment app, you'd be flooded out with receipts. It would be quite difficult to check that everything had been booked correctly.
Hering's big question is what happens to the data that we leave behind every time we pay for something. He believes it's outrageous that users are forced to sign a blanket agreement with each payment provider and then don't really know what happens to their data afterwards.
I would only have a choice if I had an option of saying no. And then maybe I have to pay a fee of 10 or 20 euros a month in return. Then I have a choice, and it's my own fault if I sign up. But if I don't have that choice, it's do or die.
So what do online payment services do with our data? To find out, the students take a look at the terms and conditions detailed on their websites. They begin with PayPal, the leading online payment system.
The terms and conditions are super long. You can't really just glance over them and get an overview. In fact, it's almost impossible to read through it all unless you want to spend 3 hours finding out where your data is going to be sent.
Yes, you get the impression that it's designed to make you click OK and carry on. Probably because there's information in there that isn't too good.
What does PayPal know about its customers, and how does the company use that information? At the German headquarters, the company director is keen to stress that PayPal adheres closely to European data protection laws.
We share this data only as necessary for the transaction. So nobody just receives blanket data passed on by PayPal. It's always for a specific purpose related to the work that we do. The data doesn't remain with these service providers. It's only used for the one purpose.
But that purpose is subject to interpretation and can mean many things, according to privacy advocates and consumer protection groups.
The moment you agree that the provider can use your personal data for other purposes, then make no mistake, it will be used. And to stay with PayPal or online payment services, when you agree, you automatically agree to your data being used for advertising purposes as well. So it does get used for other purposes, not just the particular service that you use.
Payment services like PayPal are looking to earn more than just the fees they charge. They want data, so they track their customers' behavior closely. PayPal's terms and conditions includes a list of third parties to whom personal data can be passed. It's over 40 pages long and includes some of the big data collection companies like Google or Axiom, but also Facebook and Oracle. Their one goal? Personalized marketing.
Alongside providing a payments service, where many people say you don't earn that much as a company, there are other business models that focus on this data. It's not yet clear exactly which business models those are, but it's mainly services and marketing activities. And perhaps we can't even imagine yet all the different ways that you can make money with data.
Uns vielleicht noch gar nicht ausmalen können, was man damit alles an Geschäft machen kann.
PayPal is a US company with headquarters in San Jose. It has around 230 million customers worldwide. So it presides over huge amounts of data.
I mean, these companies don't tell people how they use it. This is an open question. I mean, I guess we don't know how Facebook uses data or how Google uses data. There's all these internal, and there's also different laws in different countries about how financial data can be used. But certainly the question of when you combine different data sets together. So for example, Google and Apple are getting into the payments businesses or trying to get in there with, say, Apple Pay and stuff. And they already have all sorts of other data like location data, your search data. When you combine those data sets with payments data, you start to get this sort of three-dimensional picture of somebody.
If the data from our payment transactions can be used to create a perfect psychological and social profile of each one of us, what effect does that have? How does that influence our everyday lives and the way we live together in society?
You're going to have these systems where people are actually aware that they're being watched. So they start to change their behavior because they're concerned that their every small action has some implication. If you think about, 30 years ago, people didn't think that their every small action was going to be logged by some third party to be analyzed. Whereas now people are increasingly thinking, hey, if I do that, maybe it's going to impact my chances or something. So there's going to be all these like psychological effects of being, having all your small interactions watched.
China is almost there already. By 2020, the state aims to achieve near total surveillance with a nationwide network of cameras and facial recognition technology. Chinese internet companies like Alibaba and Tencent already analyze their customers' shopping habits and share the data with the state. Those who adhere to the government's way of thinking may get a better credit rating, for example, or a cheaper apartment. But those who don't cooperate get punished. The aim is for total state control. And in a cashless society, that could become a reality.
We're seeing this issue within the broader frame of digital technology more generally, which is trying to monitor more and more things and bring more and more things that previously weren't monitored within the realm of formal monitoring. And of course, that's always framed as being, this is going to help, people to get more services and so on and so on. But of course, on the other hand, it's a new form of control.
Could privacy soon be a thing of the past? Sweden is fast becoming a cashless society. The country is famous for its openness, and people here are surprisingly relaxed about privacy issues.
A couple of years ago, there was these sites online where you can see where your neighbors earn and your co-workers, and I mean, most of us are curious, so we take a little peek, but we are also open with it. When we meet, we are able to discuss how we consume, what we earn. From the beginning, we are transparent in our communication to each other.
In Sweden, we found very little concern that private data could be abused, and certainly no worries about state control. For Lynn's family, paying without money is normal.
Children use both cash or credit cards. I can just go to my own children. I have three sons, and the smallest one is now 6, and they have their own cards that they pay with. And either if they go to ICA to buy a milk, they use the credit card, or here to buy ice cream. So we see that the small ones use cards as well.